Let's try this again. Control Chaos. We start with 12 additional random cards, and we can dupe cards at the merchant. Random. Here we go. The last starting deck was very weird. Oh no, another remnant. Well, this time we have Rector Flicker. That might work better. Draft, Energy Siphon, and Memento Mori. We have Telos with Knockback. Arcus with Reliant Incant, and Zap Seraph. Let's take a look at our deck. We have actually 2 drafts. We have the 5 Drags, 3 Energy Siphons, the Hello Drippings as well, some large spells, and Harness the Titan to make use of the Energy Siphon, Purifying Cleanse for more burnout, and 2 Wicked Blaze, a Wicklash. Wow, that is actually a really good deck. Good night, Karis. Thank you for joining. Rest well. Rules of Containment and Hammer at Chest Blades. Let's take the rules. Let's take the money, and then let's go into the Dark Forge. I think we go with Burn Bright here. We have all the tools to make them work. Or do we want Accumulator? Is Burn Bright even still good? Yeah, it's still good. Less good than before, but still solid. I feel like this deck really has potential. I have a lot of great cards. Well, Frostbite will take care of you. We don't have anyone to reform yet. There's not much we can do. We can't even kill the Apprentice of Light with the double buffed Energy Siphon. Yep. Nothing I do here matters at all. Four burnout will be enough, so we'll buff you instead. There we go. Do I want another Wicklash? Do I want Molten Encasement? Perma-Stealth is still really good. This one is less exciting. Definitely not another Energy Siphon. Maybe Helical, but I think I'll turn them down actually. So we have Rector Flicker taking care of frontliners. Xylophyte could take care of backliners. Xylophyte is not my favorite sweeper, but she will do. We have the drafts as well, but we can't rely on drawing those. We need to rely on a good priority unit. And Xylophyte could certainly be that priority unit for us. Hey Bestari! Glad you made it. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, let's take Xylophyte here. I want unit upgrades, and we can't get them in the next floor, so we take the Remnant banner here. There are a few very good Remnant units that I would love to take. Let's take a look at the Merchant of Steel. There is Multi-Strike. That will almost certainly go on the Xylophyte. But let's take a look at the banner. Wicklash Baron. Do we put that in the Xylophyte or is that too slow? Hey, Bestari, thank you so much for your Twitch Prime sub. Welcome to the channel. Enjoy your emotes. Really appreciate it. Wickless Baron. Harvest. We would need to increase capacity if we really wanted to make use of that. I don't like it that much. But we might not find anything better than this. Exploding Candle. Golden Vault. Golden Vault sure is powerful, but I think it's a bit too early for that. I'll take the Exploding Candle. Silophyte gets a multi-strike. I feel like we can't afford to reroll right now. I'll just upgrade a Draft. I think we should be strong enough for Daedalus at the very least right now, so with what we have. Mark of Innovation. I think we'll be fine with Silophyte and Rector Flicker. Alright, we have Rules of Containment. We don't even have to worry about those. We do want to harvest though. Best harvest is on the middle floor, but the capacity down is a little bit of a problem. Do we just take an Ember Drain? No, we don't have to. We just sacrifice a drag instead. The drag will also wipe out the floor, so we don't even take any damage. Well, the downside is that the 1 health units die on the bottom floor, but we do get the collector. Actually, we don't have harvest on you yet. What am I talking about? Harvest is on the Wickless Baron. I guess that makes Wickless Baron go on the bottom floor. Protected by Train Steward. Not much else to do. We will be able to deal with you, right? That is 62 damage. It's a little bit short. Now we are. Okay. Just put a draft on the top floor, a draft on the bottom. Yeah, that will be fine. And we keep your burnout up. That is 30 damage. That would be enough to kill the Disciple Protector. Conduit Redirector dies to Frostbite anyways. But let's bring in a drag as well. Yeah, I think killing the frontliner is the best thing we can do here. That was already good damage. Let's do another round of good damage and we win. Wicklash, Draft, Entombed Explosive. Do I take another Wicklash? Yeah, I do. It's good. Mollusk, Crypt Builder, Ice Tornado. No. We could take Ice Tornado, but I don't think I want these. Maybe I should have taken the Ice Tornado just to make use of the spell weakness we sometimes have. The Ice Tornado with with Permafrost is quite good at that. Winged Indulgence versus Firewall. Firewall should be better. We could fuse the Harvest right now into the Silophyte, or we could... or we could instead use a Cold Celia. Is Cold Celia that much better than Silophyte? Yes. No, she has multi-strike. It's too late to change away from Silophyte. Do we want to use a Titan Sentry? No, we want to Harvest on the top floor. Do you wanna overstack? We can't. We don't have the capabilities right now. We won't find Dripfall anymore. We won't be able to overstack reliably. Do we want any of the lesser units to have an essence? Not one of these, right? Yep, it's a skip. Let's engage in some pacting. Draft is also a good essence. +10 and burnout too. Even these Dregs have reasonable essences. Let's go for a harvest scaling silo fight here. Double cost reduction on Helical. We already have an Ice Tornado, by the way. I'm gonna go for a Wicked Blaze instead. I don't think I want anything intrinsic right now. Honestly, in our first turn, we don't really want to draw spells. Oh, we kind of want to draw a Wicklash, right? Or maybe even a Wicklash recruitment. We'll draw that in time. We have enough of these in the deck. I always hate to find this event when I'm not prepared to take advantage of it. I'll just take a single copy on Wicker Blaze. I don't want 5 additional ones of these in the deck. This event can only ever show up really early, because it will be absolutely game-breaking late. But then early it feels like, do I want this? What do you do again? Push. We don't care about that because we have stealth. Get some harvest. Finish you with a draft? Or use the draft on the bottom floor? Draft on the bottom floor would be good, but it's just a single harvest trigger, so it doesn't matter too much. We could make the draft last longer. I'm okay with that. Because I really want to reform other things. Well, we can't keep the draft around anymore. I don't really want to get Ember drained. I can't find any reform. Let's block, no hits, but gain a harvest trigger. Now we can play some units on the top floor because Talos actually kills our Train Steward, so we don't suffer from Ember Drain. We have not that much reform in the deck actually, but there is. Wicked Blaze. Let's bring back the Molten Encasement for some nice little stealth action. Oh, only one hit on her. Good enough. Remnant Pact, Deep Offering and Harness the Titan. It's not Harness the Titan. That is not the deck for it. I don't think it's Deep Offering either. It's Remnant Pact or skip. Remnant Pact or Molten Encasement is very good. But we might not get that off. Lodestone Totem. That is strong, but I feel like it's not the way we do defense. If anything, I take the Titan's entry here and put it into the Molten Encasement. But we have enough AoE damage already, and a little bit of Frostbite won't matter on most units. Stacks with the rules of containment, but still. This is a capacity pick, for sure. Let's take a look at the Divine Temple. Extreme and Seek Stone, huh? Extreme Stone could be used. Wickless Baron and Lady of the Reformed. Apply Burnout 3 to friendly units and plus 20 health. Would that be good on a Molten Encasement? Suddenly the backliner gets Burnout. That is not bad, but also not amazing. Especially if it's unreliable. I wish Intrinsic were available for units as well. For non-priority units. That makes things much easier. And that makes things even better. Like, we have everything we need now. We just need to make sure that we draw that thing. That means cutting Train Stewards. Maybe cutting Remnant Pact, because now we do have Endless on the unit we care about. No, Remnant Pact is still useful. We want to keep Burn Bright, I think. Not because Burn Bright 2 is that good, but because Burn Bright 3 is that good. Whew. That was a huge power spike, I agree. Pestari. We got a lot out of that floor. Heaven Seal for a random artifact. I feel like we can deal with that pretty well. That's 80, 100. You don't even get the kill on the backliner right now. We could easily set up on the top floor with Raph in the front. Or rather as the first unit. Start weakening you a little. Sure, we'll have to deal with these weights of contrition. But I don't think that's a big problem. Let's hit you again. We did get a harvest trigger from that. Collector, which is nice. I think we need the double damage. It's not gonna be enough either way, right? The first hit will give us a... No, it's just plus 10 damage. Plus 20 damage on you, I mean. But that's getting pretty close, and we have the Pyre Wall, so we will be fine. You won't be easy to kill, so I'm gonna give you some spell weakness. We do kill everyone here already. I'll just, yeah, destroy that wave. Lock with a drag for an additional harvest trigger. Deal some damage against the... Yeah, right. There is too much damage coming in. But it still triggers the candle. Alright, and they heal up. I forgot about that part. Prepare you against the boss with the blocker in front. There is our endless stealth engine. More blockers in front. This endless stealth engine has the added benefit of always making sure that we don't take Ember Drain because it has Burnout 1. 50 damage now. Yeah, 50 damage now. Not like it matters. We have to win here anyways. Oh, that's a memorial fund. Waxen Spike. Yes. I like it. New Waxen Spike is awesome. This is a nice essence. That could even go on something like the Molten Encasement and still be useful, but I don't think that's what we really need. I am tempted to dupe the Molten Encasement just so we draw into it faster. And I think that's what I'm going to do. Any adjustments I want to make to it? I could put a Cuddle Hex into it, that would be pretty interesting. And I guess it's the best use for our Cuddle Hex right now. Weird Molten Encasement, but I like it. 61 damage to a random enemy unit 5 times. I want that on Permafrost. I want to be able to use that after... we are gathering so many shards that it might be a problem. 135. What could go wrong there? The Arcane Machine. Build a card. Armor, Frostbite or Sap effect. What do we need? What do we need? Frostbite, probably. Damage, heal or buff effect. Well, if it's Frostbite, I think it has to be damage. Create an effect that increases capacity. That's the first time I see that one. Or generate gold. It's 20 gold per play. We won't play it that often. I'm interested in the capacity. Apply Frostbite 8. Deal 30 damage. Plus 1 capacity on this floor. Okay. That seems like a good spell. That seems like a very good spell. Spell Shield 2. Slightly annoying. But actually I think the waves here... Yeah, they are these guys. I think our silo fight is in a very good position to take these on. I want to be able to reform Flicker. If you double stack it, do you get 2 capacity? No, capacity is not a stack. You can double stack it to apply 16 Frostbite, but the other effects won't be affected. Let's get some extra damage onto you. This floor is already taken care of. You will actually die to Frostbite now, which is great. Yep. Going very well. I think we should be ready for this boss. All spell shields. Well, it shouldn't matter in the slightest. We are super well prepared here. And we got a good chunk of gold out of it. Remnant Host, that would actually be a better essence in our Molten Encasement than the Cuddle Hex, but who cares? Resin Removal, do we want that? We're up against Seraph, so that might actually matter. Unnamed Tome, Guardian's Tome, Frenzied Swarm. I'm a huge fan of Unnamed Tome in the DLC. Relics? We don't need unit upgrades anymore. This thing is full, the Silo Fight is full, we could only upgrade 1 draft. Which certainly wouldn't be bad, but... Blights and Scorches cost 0. Fine. That is a nice little thing to have. Might actually be good for this Concealed Caverns event. Ah. Well, we can't really make someone large, so let's make you small. That means we can dupe you later. And put 2 of them on the same floor pretty easily. That has some synergy with rules of containment. Titan's Claw, Flicker's Liquor. And reroll. Hell Pact. We don't have X costs. No, we have Wax and Spike. Huh. Is that worth just for the Wax and Spike? We could take Stygian Spike as well now, if we take it. Mold Braces would provide us with some additional armor, but do we need armor? We have Stealth in large amounts potentially. We could just pass, but I think I want the Hell Pact. It's not hugely impactful, but it's just enough that I think it's nice to have. It's a decent attack buff if we find the Spike. And we're definitely gonna go draw from here on out, so... This is another solid fight for our silo fight. If we kill one of these, we will gain... We will go up to 3 attack, then 5 attack. Still not enough to kill you in the quick phase, so we would still take the damage. Yeah, that is a perfect floor to put that on. You can just leave that there. That would be fine by me. We're a bit short on damage against the clipped reflector. And they do have a spell shield, and we will buff them some more. Unless we do this. We might have to reform Flicker later. We might also have to reform Silo Fight later, because I'm not gonna play the weak class recruitment here. Although, right, we freeze it. Sometimes forget that these things freeze our cards as well. Dazed. That's actually fine. Because we can dispel it. You're very close to dying, actually. Maybe we can get you down after all. This is the floor to silence, I think. That's the slight problem. We are drawing into these cuddle hex, into these molten encasements over and over again. We really need extra draw. Yeah, the Frostbite 8 actually doesn't matter, huh? We could kill you with Frozen Lands Old Magic. Probably best the other way around. The other way around doesn't work. We could also try to get you down and just take the 7 to the Pyre Armor. Yeah, because that second one would have dealt much more damage. With enough stealth we can win the fight just with those, but... we need one burnout unit to die here and this Clip Guardian will go away. This one goes on her no matter what, right? And then we freeze the other 2 cards in hand. That is exactly enough to kill you. Well, not really exactly enough, but... Throw in some damage with the drag. Or gain a harvest trigger. Yeah, 2 endless units with just 1... with no additional draw is rough. Yeah, I will play that. These are all unnecessary right now. Finally, some Wicker Blazers. Oh, that's actually a problem. That is too much damage, right? You will die in 1 hit, but we will take 21. Then we will take another 3 times 13, so 39. We will take 60 damage. We have 78. We will be left with 18. But we will kill Arcus next turn. Yeah, I think I have to let 1 of the explosives go. I duped them mainly because I wanted to make sure that I could draw into 1 as early as possible. And I accomplished that goal this fight, so I don't need to keep both around. We'll actually get a kill on that quick clipped reflector. Get the burnout removed on you. This one dies to the dregs. That is very nice. Yeah, this is better. Now we're not drawing through the deck at a super slow pace. It actually dazes us. Bring back Rector for sure. This guy is still a problem. This one, not so much. What if we try to freeze a Wicker Blaze And put Rector on this floor instead. Or even on the top floor, maybe. How do we get rid of you? We still have Drafts, Helical, Ice Tornado, and Ice Storm in the deck. Maybe we're okay? But I kind of like moving a floor up now. There is another Wicked Blaze in the deck, yeah. We can get the freeze on that. That will do. We do need to get the freeze on that. Because we do need to reform Silo Fight, most likely. Although we probably don't need to actually, because we will have enough spell weakness on you that we are most likely gonna win easily. With ideally a Memento Mori, but maybe even a Helical. Helical is not quite gonna do it. But this Ice Tornado might. That's 50, that's 150. That's, yeah, that's way more than lethal. Just blow them up. Ice Empire, Formless Child, and Hallowed Halls. Hallowed Halls is a bit too random in a deck with that many units, especially with that many burnout units. Is it still good? Or is Formless Child what we want here? No, we would have trouble using Formless Child effectively. Ice Empire? It could even be Ice Empire. We do have the freeze option. I kind of want another giant nuke. And we get the draw. Dig for more relics. Dig for more relics. Resin Block and Volatile Gorge. Somehow I feel like it's not gonna be Volatile Gorge. And now we get the benefits of Burn Bright 3. 145, 145 stats. Icicle Fracture. We don't need that. Light's Gift, we don't really want that either. Cleansing Water could be good. There are a few things I would prefer. Kinstone Totem. Do we even discard cards? We don't, right? Not at all. Advanced Prototype, Waxer Snuffer. I mean, Waxer Snuffer is good. Gives us more stealth. There are still pacts that could be engaged. But at this point, it seems really unnecessary. I think we just move on. The Twinstone could actually be really good on old magic once we cost reduce it next floor. That is probably good enough. Let's move on. 160 shards at this time, at this level, should be okay. The Heaven Seal seems scary, but we do have spell weakness, so we can always nuke these guys. We need... How do we kill the Shade Wings? If we put drag in front, we get 2 harvest triggers, so we will hit for 5 each attack. 5 each attack. It's not gonna be enough. Set up on the next floor? We can't set up on the top floor. We need time to get the spell weakness to work. So second floor it is. And I think we can still put a drag up there. Bye, Chris. I will try to get the divinity down for you. Do I want a wickless recruitment rector? No, we have 8 Ember Drain. Not Ember Drain, 8 Burnout on him, so it's a good amount. Well, these cards offer some possibilities. Let's see how this Ice Storm goes. That is almost good enough. What if we added a draft? I think that would do it, right? Not quite, no. Has to be helical then. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing to reform, we can't freeze it yet. It's a shame. We can dispel the spikes, but then that won't solve the problem of this just being a huge wave. Let's get some help from this drag. It's not a lot of health, sadly. I think we do dispel the spikes just to save some HP on the backliner. We do need to kill this frontliner, right? If we don't, that's gonna be a huge mess. That means we have to Wicklash the silo fight, which I really don't like, but otherwise we're not gonna kill them. Now it's easy. Definitely put that thing down here. Throw out the nice tornado to make sure we get past this. I want to keep you around a bit longer. This wave is actually easier to deal with than this one, because we sweep everyone but the Steel Wings, and then Rector will just smash the Steel Wings. So yeah, Ice Tornado is the way to go. Do we now play the other Cuddle Hex? We don't need that much stealth. No, we don't. Remnant Pact on you just in case you burn out. Yeah, and as I said, this floor is not gonna be a problem at all. This one, on the other hand, yeah, that could be a problem. Let's remove the frontliner. Do we? That's free harvest. There is no real reason to remove them. Mostly I just want to freeze the old magic. But we can't play that drag anywhere. Well, we can play them on the top floor if we take an Ember Drain. I don't like it. But I do want my harvests. I'd rather take an Ember Drain than lose the harvests on the bottom floor. Hey, this is still 0 cost. Until played or discarded. Yeah, makes sense. Wax and Spike for sure. Just Wax and Spike. If I harness the Titan and camp Frozen Lands after, it doesn't do anything. Yeah, just Wax and Spike. That would be a very good freeze. We can probably kill you on the next floor with a spell. Can we? Probably not, actually. Well, if we kill you now, we get the harvest triggers earlier. That makes the difference. We don't get to freeze a card, but I guess that's fine. Silence. I kill you. And I think that should be an easy win with that silence on the living armor. Although these are still somewhat significant stats. Let's bring back Big Drag. Wow, you just outlast everyone, huh? That's pretty impressive. I don't like that. Some Frostbite fixed it. Really? That made a difference? We're not keeping this Frostbite up, are we? How did that make the difference? Well, I won't complain. Also, our silo fight was endless, so there was never really any danger. Drain, Guardian's Amulet, Cuddle Hex. Nope. I really want removals and spell upgrades, but I think the best power up we could get here is Dupe. Dupe the Silo fight. Large Stone, Battlestone. Fate's First Blade. Ooh, juicy one. Wax and Spike upgrade. Kinda want piercing on the Ice Storm, I guess. So we can penetrate spell shields in the Divinity fight with it. I will definitely take the Fate's First Blade. I forgot we could duplicate the shops. We didn't need to go here. Oh well. We get a free dupe, I guess. We could create even more of those. I think one more would still be good. That's probably still one of the best things we can do with our gold. 215 shards and no problem. I think we reroll this, although Temperate Talisman isn't terrible, but it's also not that impactful. Hey, it's Endless Ember. And then I think we purge. What's the weakest card in the deck? Memento Mori is okay, actually. It's a bit expensive, but it can do the same thing Ice Empire and Ice Tornado. Helical Crystallis can do just a little bit worse. Frozen Lands, on the other hand, really doesn't have a point anymore in this deck. Onwards to Seraph. But yeah, the right side would have been better. The second tube would have been pretty expensive. Still. That's an excellent hand. But you are way too tanky. Oh right, the sap. The sap is super annoying. We will actually need to deal with these first few waves with some spells. Until we have our stuff going. That is good. You actually die, that is nice to see. We don't want to feed you guys because you have Harvest. Pretty nasty Harvest on top of that. Let's keep this in hand so we can buff a spell next turn in case we need to. That spell doesn't really need buffing, but there is not really any reason not to buff it, right? We could hit Seraph sometimes, so... Wow! The backliners still don't do any damage? Yeah, we don't want to tank these. That would be really, really painful. We removed your burnout, so... Kinda want burnout on you now? Well, not the burnout in particular. Rather the buffs. Doesn't matter which one of these we keep. This is a good chunk of damage. You're still a bit of a problem, huh? And you keep buffing those. Well, we still have like an Ice Tornado in the deck. Even Helical Crystallis would nuke these guys really hard. Even a Frozen Lance is already pretty solid damage. I think we go for some extra damage against this top guy. don't want to consume the spell weakness yet. Pyre armor protecting us for now. That is pretty much all we need. We can play that twice. Take both of these guys out. I guess we use Seraph on this floor. You make old magic 0 cost. You make color hex 0 cost. Molten encasement 0 cost. Guess that works too. We could hold that, but we can also use it. Oh, now you don't die anymore. Slight problem. Also, everyone has frostbite now, has burnout now, so hehe. That's gonna be fun. Let's start buffing up the spell weakness on Seraph. Because we're most likely gonna kill Seraph with a spell. What is this doing? Oh, a decent amount. We do want to keep any reforms we might potentially have access to. Feel like the silo fights are gonna be more important than Rector Flicker in case we have to lose a unit. I wanna freeze a big spell here. That's the final wave. Stuff does burn out. Does resin removal help? Not really. This helps. I mean, it's a bit boring. No, we don't waste that. We go for maximum damage, for maximum pure overkill. Get him down to low health. And then we nuke the Seraph. Ready to get nuked? Let's harness the Titan. Memento Mori for 7,380. Could have killed him on the bottom floor, but this was more fun. We want to be on the bottom floor in this fight as well, huh? Definitely not on the top. Although after we have stealth, that's not a problem, but... well, this is a bit of an awkward start. Siren won't quite get a kill. Ha! I know what I do. Look at this big brain play. I apply burnout to you. Then we remove burnout from you, giving you rage. Didn't quite need to play these spells, but we will be fine. These guys are slightly annoying. Feel like, do we play the spike? Maybe we just play the spike. Yeah, and then the hell out ripping is... We also play the draft, I guess. Just in front there's a jump block. And I guess the drag too. Actually they won't both die anymore, right? Because we have too much damage after this. Oh, they still die. Ah, now you live. Fine. Well, a single burnout unit will take you out. These guys on the top, not a problem. Figured that would be a problem. Should have put you further in the back. We can't freeze that yet, we don't have stealth. So let's use it to bring back a draft. Might as well. Protect our champion a bit. We have a few things to reform now. We also finally have stealth available. Can we destroy you? No, we can't. You have trample though, so you will always attack. Do want the extra frostbite and damage on that guy. Although freezing it might have been better. Or we will probably be able to find a damage spell in time. I should just gain additional harvests. Nope, we are not gonna waste a spell weakness. Use that on the bottom floor. Hopefully freeze the harness, but if not, it's fine. There we go. Pew! Oh, I should have used the harness first. Just to buff that one up for the future. It's the unnamed tome. There's not much happening here that needs to be unnamed tomed. 18 spell weakness. What is a hit with the Ice Tornado? Not quite enough. I think it would be... I think we want to cash that in later. High Priest to the light. Let's bring back Silo Fight here. Let's put some stealth down. And increase your burnout. This is a pretty good Ice Tornado. Didn't even hit the Divinity. That's fine as well. That means we don't consume the spell weakness, I suppose. Extinguish at a Vengeful Shard card. Nope. I don't want Vengeful Shards. I don't like them. I feel like they don't respect me. Yeah, this one is bigger, even though it doesn't have upgrades. Who has the lowest burnout among you? The backliner, but she's also the weakest. Let's go with this one instead. This could also be a pretty solid Ice Storm. Didn't hit the Divinity again. Huh. Okay. One day we will get that big hit on Divinity with a spell. Let's get our draft friend back. 37 times 55. 38 times 55. That's about 2k damage. Sure, let's try. Nope. Divinity is elusive as always. Now pretty much any spell will just destroy Divinity. I mean, we have one anyways, but... You had a spell shield on? Should have told me so. That won't stop me from nuking you with the old magic. Pew. 1.5k. With a 35 damage spell. Well, this was the spell weakness and burnout deck. Something a little bit different for once. Mastered Rector Flicker, Remnant Pact, Wax and Spikes, and a few others. And Stealth Applied, new record. Nice. And another clan combination we didn't have a victory with yet. We're still lacking an Evoken and a Hellhound champion divine victory. But we'll get that eventually. Also, Hellhound, we haven't gotten that a lot. We only have 4 cards Divine Master at so far. Yeah. That was a good run. Bit on the unusual side, but very fun. The silo fights. The burnout engine with the reform from Wicker Blaze as an insurance mostly, Wicklashes, the Waxen Spike especially useful with the Hell Pact and the Value Stone. That was one big Waxen Spike. And in the final fight we played it for like 1 Ember when we had like Encased Ember. Not active at that point, but because our deck was so large we just had to play it to get whatever damage we could get out of it. 215 shards, not too shabby. It's a pretty nice amount of shards. Yeah, that was a good run.